Good evening and welcome to the Nevis Newscast. Today is Wednesday, June 15th, 2016. I'm Felicia Liebert. Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honourable Mark Brantley, says the government of St. Kitts and Nevis is committed to dialogue to configure a solid solution and a focused and measurable route to securing sustainable development in the Federation and the wider Americas. Addressing the 46th Organization of American States, OAS, General Assembly in Dominican Republic, Minister Brantley said sustainability stands as a critical lifeblood for the survival of our economies. The June 13th to 15th OAS General Assembly was held under the theme Institutional Strengthening for Sustainable Development in the Americas.
My country has been refining and upgrading our model by harmonizing our social, cultural, environmental, and economic facets to create a sustainable island state. We believe that in advancing to broad inclusiveness, leadership must emanate from the private and civil sectors for this vision to be achieved, and that it is of paramount importance for every sector of society to be fully incentivized and educated throughout the process of building for sustainability. Not only do we need to integrate across all sectors, but within our government, recognizing that we should not operate in a silo. The planning, policy making, and implementation must synthesize across all functional areas to design balanced policies.
Minister Brantley also spoke to what he said is a necessary step to breaking the cycle of poverty and exclusion.
In St. Kitts and Nevis, we have been placing high emphasis on generating sustainable energy solutions through solid advancements in geothermal, wind, solar, and waste-to-energy technologies. Our partnership with the OAS established a springboard that catapulted us to the point where now, through our energy partners and with the assistance of the United States of America, Nevis can be a global model for green energy development by the end of 2017 with a planned geothermal plant coming on stream. The cost savings from geothermal energy are estimated between 40 to 50%, significantly reducing the high energy import bill. Beyond that, my country seeks through renewable energy to reduce its carbon footprint to nearly zero and to ultimately generate fully 100% of its electricity from renewables.
The St. Kitts and Nevis government, Minister Brantley noted, is confident that pursuing these solutions will result in efficiencies that make energy affordable and accessible to all while generating employment, business opportunities, and economic advancement. Meantime, Minister Brantley used the occasion to express the St. Kitts and Nevis government's sorrow and regret over the loss of life in the tragic events that occurred on Sunday morning in Orlando, Florida.
St. Kitts and Nevis stands firmly with our dear friend, the United States of America, in this time of national mourning. We pray that from this tragedy, all nations will find a resolve to take deliberate steps to eliminate terrorism and violence in all of its manifestations. We in this hemisphere want and must insist upon peace, not war, tolerance, not intolerance, love, not hate. We must send a clear and unequivocal signal that violence in any form against any person or group is unacceptable and has no place in our world. May these tragic events harden our collective resolve to fight for societies based on respect for all persons and the inherent dignity of our humanity.
49 people were shot dead in the attack early Sunday morning by a man who the police later shot and killed. The Nevis Disaster Management Department, in collaboration with the St. Kitts and Nevis Red Cross Society, today hosted a cardiopulmonary resuscitation CPR training exercise for employees in the civil service. Director at the Nevis branch of the Red Cross Society, Roxanne Brooks Jeffers, outlined what the day entailed.
Today we are conducting a workshop on first aid and CPR and basically educating persons in the community on how to respond in case of emergencies. Yesterday we had our shelter managers, our persons who work in our shelters, and we discussed with them and taught the necessary skills on how to deal and cope with emergency after disaster situations. Today we are with persons from various government offices and we are conducting the same skills.
Brooks Jeffers said the overall objective is to teach persons what to do in case of emergencies until medical personnel takes over. Topics that were covered included how to respond to drowning and traffic incidents.
How to move an ill or injured person, and this is very important especially as it relates to road traffic accidents. Illness, sudden illnesses in the workplace, should someone suddenly collapse, what can a co-worker do until medical help arrive or until you get that person to emergency services.
The one-day exercise took place at the Nevis Disaster Management Department's Emergency Operations Center, where Brian Dyer is the director.
This event has been coordinated by the Nevis Disaster Management Department. It is being sponsored by the Basic Need Trust Fund, and we have a number of initiatives that we are rolling out between now and the end of October of this year.
In addition to Brooks Jeffers, the facilitators of the workshop were instructor Gwyneth Brown and volunteer nurse Gracelyn Hanley. Still to come,
it was indeed a pleasure to see a large crowd.
The details after this break.
Regional Testing Day in Nevis will be held on Thursday, June 23rd at the Administration Building parking lot across from Best Buy in Charlestown from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Are you positive? Are you negative? Know your status.
You are negative. Live up today.
The Fit Games are here. Come see your friend, family, schoolmate, church member, and co-worker challenge themselves as they push through 3.7 acres of terrain while overcoming 18 obstacles at Nevis Premier Fitness Park. It's gonna be fun, exciting, and electrifying. It will challenge you. It will transform you. Sunday, 3rd July 2016 from 1 p.m. sharp. Get your team together. Come, join the movement.
This is a message for all mango and food lovers. The 2016 Nevis Mango and Food Festival kicks off on July 8th with the Mango Madness Street Fair in Charlestown. This year, the festival welcomes UK Food Network Iron Chef Judy Jew and English celebrity chef Natasha Correct. Contact the Four Seasons and Montpelier Plantation and Beach to make your dinner reservations with them now. And you don't want to miss the Navision Chef's Mango Feast at Awali Beach on Sunday, July 10th from 1 p.m. View live cooking demos and sample mango dishes prepared by Nevis's best local chefs. Call the Nevis Tourism Authority 869-469-7550 for tickets and details. The Nevis Mango and Food Festival is presented by the Nevis Tourism Authority in conjunction with Ram Supermarkets, Brinley Gold Rum, and the Bank of Nevis Limited.
Welcome back. Regional gasoline and diesel company Delta Petroleum has made a gracious contribution to schools in St. Kitts as it embarks on a 3-year regional initiative which is set to recognize students at a milestone level. During a small ceremony, Regional General Manager Beavis Sylvester and Island Manager Robert Liebert handed over the monetary contributions to Education Minister the Honorable Sean Richards and Chief Education Officer Dr. Tricia Esdale. The contribution of $14,250 was divided amongst all public sector schools to aid in their graduation ceremonies. Sylvester disclosed to the minister that Delta Petroleum is willing to invest in youth, and this gesture is one way of showing such. He said it is important to understand that students are the men and women of tomorrow, and one of Delta's philanthropic responsibilities is to ensure that it gives back to the educational system wherever possible. While accepting the contribution, Minister Richards expressed thanks on behalf of the Ministry of Education and graduates. He noted that partnerships are vital to any economy and expressed pleasure that Delta Petroleum has gotten on board in this capacity. It is companies like Delta Petroleum who recognize their corporate social responsibility that the Ministry of Education and the government continue to say thanks to, because the public-private partnership is a very important one. Business cannot thrive in St. Kitts and Nevis without having the support of customers, Minister Richards said, thanking parents for supporting Delta Petroleum, saying it is through their support that Delta is able to give back to the Federation. According to the Ministry of Education's Media and Communications Unit, an undisclosed amount for Nevis will be distributed at a later date. The Nevis Renal Society wants all its sponsors and donors to know that their continued partnership with the organization is greatly appreciated. Public Relations Officer Florine Williams today expressed gratitude to a number of businesses and individuals whom she said contributed to the success of the Nevis Renal Society's most recent fundraising initiative, its May 28th walkathon.
We especially would like to acknowledge persons and establishments who contributed significantly to the healthy breakfast, also those lovely prices. Their names are Four Seasons Resort, Manson One Stop, Lime Beach Bar, Sheila Evelyn and Island Bakery over in St. Kitts, Buddy's Cafe, Wilroy Gerard, Jamaica's, Mr. Kelvin Daly, Nevis Egg Farm, Mr. Everson Nisbet, Gatex, which is Stanley Grant, Esbert Myers, which is Caspar, Mackie Phillip, Junior Jonas, Avril Williams, Pam Brooks, Wilma Ward, Veronica Dobex, Merthlin Claxton, Nevis Hydro Garden, which is Danny Atherton, Vanita Walters, Nevis Spring Water, Mr. Morris Tillwill, also Aishan Todman.
The Nevis Renal Society's annual walkathon is the organization's way of reminding persons of the value of regular exercise to kidney health.
It was indeed a pleasure to see a large crowd. To all those who contributed monetary, we like to say a big thank you also. And all those who work behind the scenes, who do not want the names to be mentioned, we say a big thank you also. Last but not least, all the members of the Nevis Renal Society who take time out and did an awesome job. We know it wasn't easy, but we gave our time to get things done for the Nevis Renal Society.
The organization's next event will be its gala dinner in November. Proceeds from the Nevis Renal Society's events are used to assist persons with kidney-related illnesses. The Nevis Tourism Authority is congratulating Nevisian mixologist Kendi Williams, saying she has done very well for herself. Kendi Williams of the Four Seasons Resort Nevis was recently featured in Community Tables Behind the Bar, an inviting interview series in which accomplished mixologists, spirit makers, vintners, and brewmasters answer feisty fantasy questions and share a favorite recipe for readers to try. Contributor and frequent globetrotter Laura Mansky's June 11th Bar Talk spotlights head mixologist Kendi Williams, who masterminds award-winning drinks at the star-studded property. At its Mango restaurant and its 100 Rums bar, she creates many of her own fusions, infusions, and juices, such as the mango puree for her signature Spicy Island Turtle and Mango-hito cocktails, as well as hand-selects sorrel blossoms to create syrup for her blushingly good pink teeny. Williams, who says the biggest surprise about her career as a mixologist was being named the Caribbean Bartender of 2015 by Caribbean Journal, shares her pink teeny recipe in Four Seasons Resort Nevis's 25th anniversary commemorative cookbook. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Fredisa Liebert. Thank you for viewing.
Of my birth, Green City, Nevis.
Truly, one of the few places that has an untouched beauty that has captivated the hearts of many. Nevis is everything you imagine.